Welcome to the GhostCat family of e-bikes buyer's guide. This is Kris from the Colorado Adventure Channel. We all know that GhostCat has a great reputation for well-built, high-performance e-bikes. We also know GhostCat has a great reputation for customer service. Now, today we're going to go over the F3, the F3X Pro, and the F4X Pro that's coming out in April, and we're going to see which e-bike is best for you. Not only that, hang on to the very end because I got something very important I need to let you know. It's going to save you a lot of money if you're interested in a GhostCat e-bike. So today we're going to go over all three e-bikes. I'm going to break down all three of the e-bikes, kind of do a comparison as we walk through. We're going to see which one is best for you. So grab your favorite libation, pull up a seat, and let's find out which GhostCat e-bike is best for you. Cheers. Coming in first is the budget-friendly F3. At $21.99, this GhostCat e-bike is great for new e-bike owners or someone that's just wanting to step up their game. Now, some of the really good key features about this e-bike are the 1500 watt motor, the 35 plus miles per hour top speed. The suspension is awesome. The range of 25 to 30 miles throttle only. It's got a lot of really key features. Now, some of the drawbacks to this is going to be you're not going to have the plush front suspension like you do have on the F3X Pro or the F4X Pro. You're not going to have the super high quality beaming headlight like you do on the F3X Pro and the F4X Pro. You're going to have different tires than the CST Scouts. You're going to have more of a knobby tire. They're really good. The Cheong shark skin tires are really good. If you do a little bit more off-road and trail riding, they're really good. But besides that, this e-bike really gives you a lot of bang for the buck. You're going to peak out at over 2,000 watts on this e-bike. The controller is 40 amps. You've got torque of 140 Newton meters. I've taken this bike out on the railroad tracks. I've taken this bike up the hills. It really does it all. It really gets you everywhere you want to go. And at $21.99, it's an incredible budget-friendly e-bike in the GhostCat e-bike line. It's a high-performance e-bike. Keep that in mind. Keep in mind it's got a short pedal stroke. If you plan on using this e-bike for exercise, you need to be probably under 5'7" to be honest with you. But if you plan on just giving a little bit of throttle and every once in a while just giving a pedal stroke, I'm 6'2", 170 pounds. I have no problem getting anywhere, going up any hill, having any problem with range or anything on this e-bike. I just don't pedal a lot. That's not the reason I got this bike or the intended purpose for it, to be honest with you. But at $21.99, the GhostCat F3 is a great budget-friendly e-bike, and it's going to put a smile on your face every time you get on it, trust me. Okay, next up is the F3X Pro. If you're looking for an upgrade, just a couple things a little bit better, a little bit different, a little bit smoother of a ride, this is probably going to be the bike for you. And the reason I say smoothness of ride, first off, is the KKE suspension, front and rear. At the rear being the same KKE suspension, which they're known for. They're totally adjustable. If you really need to adjust your suspension, if you're a bigger guy, I'm 170, I just left it the way it was. But if you're bigger or plan on carrying more, cargo or a passenger, get yourself a suspension pump. I'll leave a link below for one of those on Amazon, but get yourself a suspension pump. You'll be able to increase the air pressure in the front and the rear suspension on that KKE suspension, allowing you to really tune in that rebound and that suspension perfectly for your weight, your ride, or your circumstance, whether it be like the terrain that you're riding on, or just the distance you have in general. So you could really tune in that suspension with that KKE suspension. That's the first thing, and you got to understand this suspension alone is a $500 to $600 item alone, and that's going to be the difference in price just in the suspension alone, and that's where you're going from $21.99 to the F3X Pro, which comes in at $25.99. Now, some of the things I want to mention, the differences, having both bikes and just knowing the differences between the F3 and the F3X Pro right here, are the tires, the suspension, the headlight. They really play a big role for me especially, and the reason I'm mostly on the road, I'm mostly running errands. I'm mostly going to the grocery store, going to a friend's house, hanging out with some friends, grabbing a bite to eat at one of the local eateries around here. So I'm mainly either on the bike path or the road 80 to 90% of the time. So that smoothness of tires and the really nice KKE suspension make a world of difference on this bike as far as what I use it for. I don't necessarily go on long distances, so this bike with throttle only, I'm looking at 20 to 25 miles, throttle only, just giving it the beans at my weight at 170. That's what I'm looking at. But being able to climb up the hill that I live on a long winding hill, Whiskey Hill. I've even done the Whiskey Hill Challenge on this e-bike, as well as the F3. They both perform really, really well. They both have the same amount of torque, that's 140 newton meters. They both climb very, very well. No problem at all in that. But just the smoothness of the ride, the suspension is a lot nicer when I'm hitting potholes or hitting something like that. That front suspension on the KKE is going to give you a much, much smoother ride. And that headlight's going to give you a brighter beam, a longer beam. It's going to be more concentrated, so it's going to be more focused. It's going to give you a longer, brighter beam. And it's not going to be kind of as wide, but I believe it's just going to be brighter and safer. And like I've said on all my night rides or any of my night reviews, you can never have enough light at night. So at $25.99, the F3X Pro is a super great bike at that price. And then to give you just about everything you need with the 52 volt, 20 amp hour battery. It just gives you everything you want, the 35 miles plus per hour. It's really the all-in-one 52 volt e-bike. It really gives you it all. Okay, next up is the flagship from GhostCat e-bikes. This is the F4X Pro. It's not available yet. It won't be ready to ship till April, but you could order it, and I suggest you order it now, yesterday, while you can, before they do sell out of this e-bike. And there is another reason for it, so hang on to the very end. I'm going to tell you another reason why you need to order this e-bike if this is the e-bike for you now. This is a 60 volt, 25 amp hour e-bike. This is a big daddy. It's also got a 2200 watt motor on the rear too. Not only is that motor a bigger motor, it's got actual metal coated nylon gears. So it's basically a nylon gear with metal around that gear, because with that torque and performance, you really need something more durable like that. So keep in mind, this motor, 2200 watts nominal, has metal and nylon gears. So it's going to give you that extra strength, that extra reliability, and probably last just a long, long time. So that's a big, big part of the price difference in this. Not only is the battery going to be bigger, not only is the motor going to be bigger, but the controller is going to be bigger too. The controller is a 60 amp controller. That's big. That's going to give you, that's giving you that 160 newton meters of torque that the F4X Pro is going to give you. That's giving you the over 40 miles per hour that the F4X is going to give you. That's the differences in this e-bike and the performances that it's going to give you. Now at $27.99 right now, that's the price that you could get this e-bike for now. But the problem is this: you've got to order this e-bike before April 1st if you want to get $27.99, because it's going to go back up to $29.99 after April the 1st. And you can also use my discount code on any of these GhostCat e-bikes and save another $50. The discount code is Colorado, so when you go to checkout, just in the discount code area, Colorado, save you $50. It'll help me, it'll help the channel, but most of all, it'll help you. And with that extra $50, get you an upgrade, get you a helmet, get you a lock, get you some handles or some grips, get you some pedals, get you some things, get you a back rack for this thing. I've got a back rack on mine. I'll leave a link below on Amazon where I got that back rack. And you've got a lot to choose from, because pretty much any of the racks that you see that fit the Super 73Z will fit the F3X Pro and the F4X Pro. I do know that. Now, I need to look at the mounting, because I don't know for sure if it'll fit the F3. I haven't even looked at that, because I just put it directly on this bike because this is what I'm riding now. But I am getting the F4X Pro. I ordered one, and you need to order yours now too. This bike is super awesome. It's just going to give you all the performance. And I always think that you should always get more than what you need. And I also, at the same time, really like getting an e-bike where I'm just giving it all the beans and pushing all the time, because there's all the saying with dirt bikes and street bikes anyway, You could get a smaller bike and give it all it's got and push it to its limits is sometimes more fun than having a big bike and not being able to push it to its limits because it's just more than you need. But as far as e-bikes go, I really think that that's a fine line there, and you can always tune the bike down. That's some of the things you could do with e-bikes that you can't do with like dirt bikes or motorcycles. You can actually go into the P settings and change your top speed. You can change your torque, your performance, and things like that. They could really adjust it for anybody, and that's why I call these GhostCat e-bikes kind of the Guitar Hero of e-bikes, because it really hits every demographic. Whether you're a 16-year-old guy just trying to make it to school and back and run a couple errands, let's say that you're doing some delivery stuff for food, you're doing a newspaper route or whatever it is that you need to do to make a little extra income going through high school and going through college. I really think that the F3 really suits the majority of people there. If you're somebody that's going to use it every day, and you're going to school, you're going to work, you're commuting, I really think that the F3X Pro is the e-bike for you. If you're really looking for something that's just going to give you more performance, you've got to hit the highway maybe in some areas a little bit more, you're just looking to get more speed, more torque, something that's going to last a little bit longer, something that's going to impress your friends for sure, that's the F4X Pro. You're going to get that KKE suspension with the F4X Pro like you do the F3X Pro. You're going to get that same headlight. And with all these e-bikes, with all the GhostCats, you're also going to get the option to get a Tapia custom seat. These Tapia seats are really, really awesome. I've really enjoyed talking to the guys at Tapia. They're just really great. That's what's a good fit with GhostCat. They both make quality products, great customer service. I just love both of these companies so much. And that's a big reason I do support GhostCat e-bikes. It's the e-bike that I would absolutely buy every time that I would go out and get an e-bike because it just suits me. And I hope that this video helps figure out which e-bike suits you. Because when I looked for an e-bike, I needed something with great suspension. Being in Colorado, they don't call it the Rocky Mountains because it's flat. I needed something with really good torque because these hills, man, they get vicious. Like I live on Whiskey Hill, one of the longest, winding, steepest hills in the county. I also need something with top speed because there are times that I get in traffic situations that I need to go over 30 miles an hour and I need to get there quick. As far as pedaling, that's not really the e-bike that I use for pedaling. I've got an acoustic bike that I use for that. Anyways, I hope this helped you. And please, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And more than anything, order the GhostCat F4X Pro before April 1st so you can get it at $27.99 before it goes back up to $29.99, and use my discount code Colorado. Until our next adventure, this is Kris from the Colorado Adventure Channel. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.